A 71-year-old monk at Eiheiji Monastery in Japan eats 2 meals a day. He has done this for 40 years. His blood sugar is stable. His waist is trim. He takes no diabetes medication. In the United States, 37 million people have type 2 diabetes. They spend an average of $16,750 a year managing it. They count calories. They take medication. They buy expensive monitors. And most of them are still struggling. How? Researchers studying Japanese monastic communities found something that stopped them. These monks weren't following any modern nutrition protocol. They weren't tracking macros. They weren't doing anything the Western medical system would call a diabetes intervention. They were simply eating the way they had for 1,300 years. And their metabolic health was extraordinary. At minute 9, I'll show you the specific morning practice these monks use that science now confirms lowers fasting blood sugar without any medication. At minute 11, I'll explain the single ingredient they eat every day that works on blood sugar through a mechanism modern medicine only discovered in 2021. And by minute 13, you'll understand the core principle behind all of it. The reason this system has survived 13 centuries while every modern diet trend has faded. It begins with the way they think about time. That 71-year-old monk at Eiheiji wakes at 4:30 in the morning. He doesn't eat, not yet. He meditates for 90 minutes in silence. Then, around 6:30 a.m., the first meal of the day arrives. A small bowl of rice porridge called kayu, some pickled vegetables, a cup of miso soup. That's it. His second meal comes at noon. Tofu, seasonal vegetables, more miso, served in a small lacquered bowl called an oryoki, which translates literally as just enough. By 1 p.m. he stops eating. He won't eat again for 17 hours. This isn't a diet. For these monks, it's a spiritual practice. Dogen Zenji, who founded the Soto school of Zen in Japan in the 13th century, wrote an entire text called the Tenzo Kyokan, Instructions for the Monastery Cook. He wrote that preparing and eating food was just as sacred as meditation itself. The monks weren't trying to fix their blood sugar. They were trying to practice presence. The blood sugar benefit was an accident, a very well-documented accident. A 2023 clinical trial published in JAMA Network Open, one of the most respected medical journals in the world, followed 75 adults with type 2 diabetes, average age 55. These participants ate within an 8-hour window each day without changing what they ate or counting a single calorie. After 6 months, their HbA1c had dropped significantly. HbA1c is the long-term marker for blood sugar control. It doesn't lie. The monk's window? Also 8 hours. All of it before 1 p.m. That timing matters more than most people realize. And that's where the first practice comes in. Your body has a clock. Every cell in your liver, your pancreas, your gut, they all run on a 24-hour rhythm. And your sensitivity to insulin, the hormone that manages your blood sugar, is dramatically higher in the morning than at night. The same meal eaten at 8 a.m. produces a blood sugar response 30 to 50% lower than the same meal eaten at 8 p.m. The science that explains this came from Harvard Medical School and was published in Science Advances in 2021. Researchers found that eating at night, even healthy food, creates a misalignment between your body's central clock and the clocks in your organs. That misalignment directly causes glucose intolerance. Glucose intolerance. That's the step before diabetes. The monks eat all their food before 1 p.m. They rest their metabolism for 17 hours overnight. Without knowing any of this science, they had already solved the problem. This is the foundation, what the research calls early time-restricted eating. Here's what it looks like in your life. Choose a 10-hour window that starts in the morning. 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. works well. 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. also works. Eat everything within that window. Don't change what you eat yet. Don't count anything. Just move all your food into the daylight hours. That single shift, nothing else changed, is enough to begin improving your postprandial blood sugar response within the first week. A common mistake people make here. They try to jump straight to an 8-hour window on day 1. Don't. Your body has been eating on its own schedule for decades. Give it a week at 10 hours first, then 9, then 8. Gradual is lasting. If you take medication for diabetes, metformin, insulin, anything, talk to your doctor before changing your eating window. This is not negotiable. Adjusting your medication timing as your window shifts is important. Your doctor needs to be part of this. Within 7 days of consistent early eating, most people notice one thing first. They're not hungry at night anymore. That's your first sign your metabolism is recalibrating. Now that you understand the window, let's talk about what happens inside it. At minute 11, I'll explain the ingredient these monks eat every day that science now connects to insulin sensitivity through the gut microbiome. Keep that thought for a moment, because first, the bowl. At Eiheiji, every monk eats from an oryoki set. 3 lacquered bowls, nested inside each other, wrapped in cloth. The largest bowl holds your main food. The middle bowl holds soup. The smallest bowl holds condiments. The bowls are small, by design. There are no second servings, by design. You eat slowly, in silence, with full attention on every bite. When the bowl is empty, the meal is over. No negotiation. This is how the monks practice Hara Hachi, the Okinawan principle of eating to 80% full. The phrase comes from a much older Buddhist text. It means, stop before you think you should stop. The science behind this is called satiety signaling latency. There is a 15 to 20-minute delay between when you finish eating and when your brain registers that you're full. When you eat fast, the way most of us do, you overshoot that signal every single time. The monks can't overshoot it. The bowl is already empty. Here's your Tier 2 practice. For your next 3 meals, before you start eating, put your food in a smaller vessel than you normally would. A bowl instead of a plate. A side plate instead of a dinner plate. Leave visible space in the bowl. Then eat with your full attention. No phone, no television, just the food. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Eat for 20 minutes. Stop when the bowl is empty or when the timer ends, whichever comes first. Try this. Eat the first few bites slower than feels natural. Chew each one 20 times. Notice when the flavor of your food actually changes. You'll start tasting things you've been swallowing for years. What you're doing is giving your satiety signals time to reach your brain before your bowl is empty. Quick self-check. Think about your last meal. Do you remember when you felt full? Or did you just stop when the food was gone? If it's the second one, that's where the extra 300 calories a day hide, without you feeling them. The monks don't restrict food. They restrict pace and portion. Those are very different things. At minute 11, that ingredient, the one the researchers got excited about in 2021, still coming. A common mistake at this stage. People eat slowly for 2 days, feel great, then speed back up when life gets busy. The practice is the practice precisely when it's inconvenient. Start with just 1 meal a day where you eat with full attention. Build from there. You started with the window. You added the bowl. Now let's complete the system. Because the monks don't sit still after they eat. In Zen monasteries, after the noon meal, practitioners walk. Slowly, deliberately. This is called kinhin, walking meditation. Hands folded at the chest, called shashu position. Steps small and deliberate. Breathing slow. They do this for 10 to 20 minutes. And in 2020, a landmark meta-analysis confirmed what the monks had known for centuries. A light 10-minute walk after a meal reduces the postprandial blood sugar spike by 22% on average. Not a vigorous walk, not a workout. A slow, deliberate walk. The mechanism is elegant. When your leg muscles move, even gently, they absorb glucose directly from your bloodstream. No insulin required. They're like a drain that opens. The glucose that would have spiked your blood sugar gets pulled out and used. This is your Tier 3 practice. After every meal, or to start, after your main meal of the day, stand up and walk slowly for 10 minutes. It doesn't matter where, around the kitchen, down the hallway, in the garden. Outside is ideal, but not required. The timing matters. Start within 30 minutes of finishing your meal. That's when the glucose from your food is entering your bloodstream. That's when the muscles are most useful. Here's the complete system now. Morning. Begin eating within your window, with a small bowl, sitting down, without screens. Take your time. After your main meal, 10 minutes of slow walking. No performance required. Evening. Your window closes. Warm herbal tea if you want something. No food. Total daily time commitment. 10 to 15 minutes of actual practice. The rest is just shifting when you eat. And here's what changes. In the first week, you'll notice you're less hungry at night. That's not willpower. That's your circadian rhythm resetting. In the first month, your postprandial energy levels stabilize. The afternoon crash that comes from a blood sugar spike, and then a crash, starts to soften. You sleep better because your body isn't digesting a large meal at midnight. By 90 days, if you have a glucometer, your fasting numbers will have shifted. Not because you starved yourself, because you aligned your metabolism with the way your body was designed to work. Now, minute 11. The ingredient. At minute 3, I mentioned there was something specific in the monastic diet that science connected to insulin sensitivity through the gut. Here it is. Miso. Every single meal at Eiheiji includes miso soup. Miso is a fermented paste, traditionally made from soybeans, salt, and koji mold, that has been produced in Japan for over 1,200 years. In 2021, researchers began mapping the connection between the gut microbiome and glucose metabolism with new precision. What they found: a diverse, healthy gut microbiome dramatically improves insulin sensitivity. And fermented foods like miso are among the most effective ways to support that diversity. The monks weren't taking probiotic supplements. They weren't buying anything. They were eating miso every morning because it was what the monastery kitchen made. You don't need to overhaul your diet. Add 1 tablespoon of miso paste to warm water in the morning. That's it. Miso is available at most grocery stores. It costs less than any supplement, and it has 1,200 years of daily human testing behind it. At minute 6, I said you'd understand the core principle by now. Here it is. These monks didn't design a metabolic health system. They designed a life of attention. Attention to when they eat. Attention to how much. Attention to movement, to silence, to presence. The metabolic benefits are what happens when you remove the noise. Every Western intervention for blood sugar management adds something: a medication, a device, a supplement, a protocol to follow. The Zen approach removes something: the late-night eating, the oversized portions, the mindless speed, the constant grazing. Subtraction, not addition. That principle, and not the specific practices, is what has survived 1,300 years. Let's bring it together. Tier 1. Eat within a 10-hour window, all in the daylight hours. Don't change what you eat, just change when. Tier 2. Use a smaller bowl. Eat slowly. Give your brain 20 minutes to catch up to your stomach. Add miso to 1 meal a day. Tier 3. Walk for 10 minutes after your main meal. Slow, deliberate, easy. That's the whole system. No gym, no counting, no expensive devices. The challenge most people face isn't lack of information. We have more nutrition information now than at any point in human history. The challenge is that the modern food environment is designed to work against your biology. Large portions, constant availability, eating in front of screens, meals at 10 p.m. The monks aren't disciplined in the way we think of discipline. They don't white-knuckle their way through hunger. They live inside a structure that makes the right thing the only available thing. You can build a version of that structure. Choose your window and tell your household. Put smaller bowls at the front of the cabinet. Walk after dinner as a non-negotiable, the way brushing your teeth is non-negotiable. Here's what to do today. In the next hour, decide on your eating window. Write down the start and end time. That's it. Just decide. Tonight, stop eating 3 hours before bed. If you want something, make it hot tea. Tomorrow morning, eat your first meal sitting down, without your phone, in a smaller bowl than usual. This week, after your main meal every day, walk for 10 minutes. This month, add miso to your morning routine. In 90 days, check your numbers. Not because you'll be disappointed, but because you'll want to see what happens when a 1,300-year-old system meets modern biology. One thing to avoid, trying all 3 tiers on day 1. The monks who practice oryoki have been eating this way since they were young monks in training. Start with the window. Add the bowl when the window feels natural. Add the walk when the bowl feels natural. If you want more Japanese wisdom for healthy aging, subscribe to The Japanese Way. Every week, we bring you practices that have been tested by centuries and explained by modern science. Which practice will you start with today? Drop it in the comments. And if someone in your life is managing blood sugar and looking for a different approach, share this with them. That 71-year-old monk at Eiheiji is still eating 2 meals a day, still walking slowly after each one, still meditating in the dark before his rice porridge arrives. He's not fighting his metabolism. He's working with it. That's the way.